This is a 2017 Buick Lacrosse. 2017 Buick Lacrosse. Changing the spark plugs and coils. Looked all over YouTube, wasn't able to find anything, so I figured I'd do it myself and record it so somebody else can have the information. Disconnect this. I already did that. You want to disconnect here. Disconnect here. I already disconnected, so that way it's a little easier for me. So you take it up. Once you got this up right here, you want to go underneath. And right here, where that line is, you want to disconnect this right here. So you squeeze in the tab, and it'll disconnect. Take this off. Put it to the side. And you come over here, and you got 3 screws. One here, one here, one there. You want to take them out. And when you take that out, you want to go ahead. Let's pull this plastic sheet out right here. Once you pull that plastic sheet out, you want to disconnect the bolts, all the bolts for the intake. Once you do that, there's also a bolt in the back. I'm not sure if you can see it. So focus right there. It's in the back. That's the bolt in the back that's holding it in. Then once you do that, you're going to disconnect this line from the top. You're going to disconnect these 2 lines. Going to disconnect these 2 lines from here. And it's a 10mm bolt holding on this piece here. You want to take it out. Just take the bolt out and you pull them out. That's going to give you better access to get the bolt in the back for the intake manifold. Okay? And once you finish with that, you want to disconnect the throttle body. Once you finish disconnecting the throttle body, then you just want to lift the whole throttle body out. Just be careful when you do it. Lift it up. And get it out of there. Set it to the side. Now once you get that out, now you want to get a rag and cover the intake holes. Because one thing you don't want to do is get anything to fall down in here. And then that's going to be another issue. Yes, it will. So you want to cover that. So as you work, nothing accidentally fall down in there. Now, for the front, I'm going to take out each of the plugs. What I did, I disconnected 10 here, 10 here, and I backed it up out the way. As I backed it up out the way, take this cover off right here. So it's like an insulation, more than likely. Set those off over to the side. Now for the back, you want to disconnect each one of the coils. What I did is a 10mm bolt here, and it's a 10mm bolt back behind there on this harness, and there's one right here. Disconnect that. Then you want to disconnect these here. And this would be here. You want to disconnect that piece right there. Once you disconnect all that, and everything, this cover piece should be able to just lift up. Remember, put your oil cap back on here so nothing falls in. So once you did all that, just want to remove this insulation cover. Just lift the wires up and remove the insulation cover. Once you get that cover off, now your coils will be exposed. So now all you have to do is swap it out, coils and plugs. I recommend you do coils and plugs because taking off this intake and all this, doing all this work, it makes sense just to do front and back while you're at it. These coils, 10mm bolts, you unscrew them and you know how to do the rest. Just use the spark plug socket, take it out, replace it, replace the coil, put the 10mm back in there, and we just do the reverse and putting it back together. New coils and plugs. Coils, plugs there. Oh, all 6 of them. Coils are out. Placing the spark plugs. Coils back in. 10mm bolts. Tighten them all up. Now I gotta put back this cover. It's a little challenging, but I'm gonna get it back on there. I put front cover back on, insulation cover, and then we hook up everything and crank her up and see what she say. Put back the bolts for the harness. Got the back insulation back on. Now we're gonna put the bolts back here for this. Now we're gonna put this valve back in right here. Put this valve back in right here. There we go. Put it right there. Air intake on. Hook everything up, connect the battery, and we're gonna crank her up. Yep, she's up and running. Looking good, sounding good. Check engine light is gone. So mission accomplished.